Pay close attention, because if you're not preparing now, you're setting yourself up for a harsh reality that's closer than you think. This isn't a distant warning, and it's not a possibility on the horizon. Food shortages are knocking at the door, and in the coming month, we're about to witness a crisis that could dwarf anything we've seen before. Imagine empty shelves everywhere, skyrocketing prices, and the kind of desperation that turns basic necessities into unattainable luxuries. In the coming moments, we'll break down exactly what items you'll regret not stockpiling, why they matter, and why you need to act now before the next wave of shortages hits. The time to prepare isn't tomorrow, it's right now. Let's dive in before it's too late. Number 15. Canned tomatoes. Canned tomatoes are an absolute must for your survival stockpile. They are incredibly versatile and can be used in a wide range of dishes, from pasta sauces to soups, stews, and casseroles. Rich in vitamins A and C, they are also an excellent source of antioxidants. However, if you don't stock up before October, you may find yourself facing empty shelves or paying much higher prices. The issue with canned tomatoes stems from the harsh impacts of climate change, particularly in the US, where droughts in California have devastated tomato crops. In 2023, US tomato production dropped by 14%, leading to a 20% increase in the price of canned tomato products. As 2024 progresses, further shortages and price hikes are expected. Some analysts are predicting a 105% increase in canned tomato prices by the end of the year. Brands like Hunt's or Muir Glen offer high-quality canned tomatoes that can last up to 5 years when stored properly. Waiting until October could mean either paying significantly more for this essential ingredient or not being able to find it at all. Stock up on canned tomatoes now, or you'll regret it later when they're no longer affordable or available. Number 14. Instant coffee. Coffee may seem like a luxury, but in times of crisis, that morning cup becomes a lifeline for both mental and physical stamina. Instant coffee, in particular, is shelf-stable, lightweight, and can last for years when stored correctly. Whether you're facing a power outage or an extended emergency, having coffee that can be prepared with just hot water can make a huge difference in maintaining morale. However, coffee prices are rising sharply. Between 2021 and 2023, coffee prices surged nearly 30% due to supply chain disruptions and crop failures in key coffee-producing regions like Brazil. In 2024, droughts and unpredictable weather patterns have further reduced yields, pushing prices up by another 12%. Experts are warning that coffee production could drop even more in the next few months. Instant coffee is already becoming harder to find in bulk, and brands like Folgers and Nescafe are seeing price increases. Number 13. Cooking oil. Cooking oil is an essential part of your food stockpile. Without it, your cooking options shrink drastically. Whether you're frying, baking, or simply adding flavor to meals, cooking oil is a must-have. Stable, long-lasting oils like olive oil, coconut oil, or even avocado oil are particularly valuable in survival scenarios. These oils are not only useful for cooking, but also provide the healthy fats your body needs, especially when fresh food becomes scarce. However, cooking oil prices have been skyrocketing. Over the past 2 years, the price of edible oils has increased by nearly 25%, and 2024 has seen even worse price surges. Global shortages have been exacerbated by the ongoing war in Ukraine, one of the largest exporters of sunflower oil, and erratic weather patterns both in the US and abroad. As a result, peanut and sunflower oil prices have jumped by over 15% this year alone, and experts are predicting that this trend will continue into the fall and winter. Number 12. Sugar. Sugar might not seem like an essential item at first glance, but when you don't have any, it becomes clear just how vital it is. It's not just for sweetening your coffee or baking. It plays an important role in food preservation, energy levels, and basic cooking processes. In a long-term emergency, sugar is invaluable for making items like jams and bread, and it can also provide a much-needed morale boost when times are tough. The price of sugar, however, has been climbing steadily. In 2023, sugar prices increased by 177%, driven by supply chain disruptions, poor harvests in key producing countries like Brazil, and rising fuel costs. As we head into the latter half of 2024, these issues aren't going away. In fact, they are expected to get worse. Experts predict that sugar prices could rise by another 10 to 15% before the end of the year. Number 11. Canned tuna. Canned tuna is one of the most important items you can add to your survival stockpile. High in protein and rich in omega-3 fatty acids, canned tuna is nutritious and can last up to 5 years on the shelf. It's incredibly versatile and can be added to salads, sandwiches, casseroles, or eaten straight out of the can. In a crisis, having ready-to-eat, shelf-stable protein like canned tuna can be the difference between getting by and going hungry. However, the price of seafood has been steadily increasing. In 2022, tuna prices rose by over 20%, and in 2024, this trend continues due to overfishing, rising fuel costs for fishing vessels, and disruptions in the global seafood supply chain. Some brands have already raised their prices by another 10 to 12%, and by October, things could get even worse. The FDA has reported increased pressure on fish stocks, and some experts are warning that tuna shortages could be on the horizon if demand continues to outstrip supply. Brands like Bumblebee, Starkist, and Wild Planet offer great options for long-term storage, but you need to act fast. Waiting until the fall could mean paying significantly more for canned tuna or finding empty shelves when you need it most. Stock up now while prices are still reasonable, or you'll regret it when this critical protein source becomes too expensive or unavailable altogether. Number 10. Vinegar. Vinegar may seem like a minor item in your survival stockpile, but you'll regret it if you overlook its importance. It's much more than just a salad dressing ingredient. It's a vital tool for food preservation, cleaning, and even disinfection in a survival situation. You can use vinegar to pickle vegetables, preserve fruits, and make homemade cleaning solutions. Its versatility is undeniable, and it can make a huge difference when other resources become scarce. While vinegar prices have remained relatively stable over the past 5 years, supply chain disruptions in 2024 are expected to drive costs up. Increased demand for household staples like vinegar has already led to a 57% price increase in the first half of the year. This spike is due to global supply shortages of essential raw materials like apples and grains, which are necessary for vinegar production. Additionally, reports indicate shortages in organic and specialty vinegars, with apple cider vinegar prices rising by 12% in some areas. Number 9. Powdered eggs. If powdered eggs aren't on your stockpile list, you'll regret it when fresh eggs disappear from store shelves. In a survival scenario, protein is critical, and powdered eggs provide a long-lasting, easy-to-store solution. Packed with protein, vitamins, and healthy fats, powdered eggs are a versatile food you can use for scrambled eggs, baking, or adding to recipes where fresh eggs would typically be used. In recent years, egg prices have skyrocketed. In 2022, avian flu outbreaks decimated poultry populations, leading to a 60% increase in the price of fresh eggs. Although the crisis has eased somewhat, egg prices remain volatile, rising by an average of 8 to 10% annually since 2020. Supply chain issues, feed costs, and labor shortages continue to impact the cost of eggs, and 2024 is shaping up to be no different. The USDA has already warned of potential shortages due to ongoing supply disruptions and rising feed costs. Number 8. Canned chicken. Canned chicken is a survival food you may not think about often, but you'll regret not having it when protein sources become scarce. Canned chicken is packed with protein and has a shelf life of up to 5 years, making it a must-have for long-term storage. It's versatile too. You can use it in soups, casseroles, salads, or even eat it straight from the can in a pinch. When fresh meat is hard to find, canned chicken is a shelf-stable and ready-to-use protein source. The price of poultry has been steadily rising, with a 152% increase since 2020. This sharp rise was exacerbated in 2023 by avian flu outbreaks, supply chain disruptions, and feed cost inflation. In 2024, poultry production is projected to decline by another 6%, according to the USDA. This means higher prices and potential shortages for poultry products, including canned chicken. Stocking up on canned chicken from brands like Kirkland or Swanson is a smart choice. These products are high quality and long-lasting, perfect for survival situations. As inflation continues to push up the price of fresh meat, canned chicken becomes a budget-friendly alternative that will keep you well fed when meat becomes scarce. Don't wait until October when shelves could be bare and prices could be sky high. Stockpile canned chicken now while it's still affordable and available. Number 7. Pasta sauce. Pasta sauce might seem like a simple item, but you'll regret not having it when store shelves start emptying. It's not just a topping for spaghetti. It's a versatile base for stews, casseroles, pizzas, and more. Pasta sauce is also packed with nutrients from tomatoes and other vegetables, which can be a crucial addition when food variety is limited. Having a stockpile of pasta sauce can add flavor and nutrition to otherwise bland meals during survival situations. However, pasta sauce prices have been on the rise. In 2023, tomato production in the U.S. dropped by 14% due to severe droughts in California, which produces 90% of the nation's processing tomatoes. This drop in production led to a 20% increase in pasta sauce prices across major brands like Prego and Ragu. As we head into 2024, the USDA is forecasting further production challenges. With ongoing climate unpredictability, the cost of tomatoes and tomato-based products is expected to rise even more. Pasta sauce is not just a flavor enhancer, it's a nutritional boost during hard times. Stocking up now is essential to avoid paying inflated prices or facing empty shelves when demand spikes in the fall and winter. Number 6. Dried lentils. Lentils may not be the most glamorous food, but they are one of the most nutrient-dense and long-lasting items you can stockpile. Rich in protein, fiber, and essential vitamins, dried lentils are a vegetarian powerhouse that can sustain you when fresh meat is unavailable. They're also incredibly versatile. You can use them in soups, stews, curries, and salads. Lentils have a shelf life of up to 3 years when stored properly, making them an excellent addition to any survival stockpile. Why should you stock up on lentils now? Global lentil production has been significantly impacted by extreme weather. In 2023, droughts across key growing regions like Canada and India led to a 12% drop in lentil production, according to the Food and Agriculture Organization, FAO. This decrease in supply has driven lentil prices up by 15% over the past year, and experts are predicting further price spikes due to ongoing shortages. As one of the most affordable and nutritious sources of plant-based protein, lentils are an invaluable food to have on hand during emergencies. Stock up now, because once shortages hit and prices rise further, you'll wish you had secured your supply of this essential survival food. Number 5. Peanut butter. Peanut butter is one of those survival foods that often gets overlooked. However, it's crucial to have it in your stockpile before October, and here's why. Peanut butter is one of the most calorie-dense and nutrient-packed foods available. It's rich in long-lasting fats and proteins that your body will need during tough times. Whether you spread it on crackers, add it to your meals, or eat it straight from the jar, peanut butter is a true lifesaver. Now, here's why you should act fast. Peanut butter prices have been on the rise, and it's only going to get worse. Back in 2022, there was a significant price hike of over 15%, mainly due to droughts affecting peanut yields in critical growing regions like Georgia and Texas. Fast forward to 2024, and the situation is even worse. The USDA has reported a staggering 133% drop in peanut production this year, causing a ripple effect across the industry. Popular brands like Jif and Skippy are already feeling the pressure, with rising costs expected to continue. If you wait until fall, you may be paying significantly more for a jar of peanut butter, or worse, find it sold out altogether. Since 2021, peanut butter prices have been increasing by about 7% annually, and some regions are seeing even sharper spikes. Experts predict that if the current trend continues, October could bring another 10 to 12% price jump. Don't be caught off guard. Stockpile peanut butter now while it's still affordable and available. You'll regret it if you're left scrambling when shortages hit, missing out on one of the most versatile and essential survival foods. Number 4. Honey. Honey is one of the most valuable foods you can stockpile, and if you don't secure some before October, you'll likely regret it. Honey never goes bad. In fact, archaeologists have discovered edible honey in ancient Egyptian tombs. But it's not just a sweetener. Honey is also a natural preservative and has medicinal properties. In a survival scenario, honey can serve as both an energy source and a morale booster. You can use it in baking, teas, or even as a wound treatment due to its antibacterial properties. But here's the problem. Honey production has been declining for years, and prices are spiking. Between 2017 and 2021, honey prices in the US increased by over 40%, primarily due to declining bee populations and adverse weather conditions affecting beekeepers. In 2023, honey production dropped by 10%, and 2024 is expected to follow the same trend, with another 9 to 12% decline. This reduced supply is driving up costs, with honey already seeing a 15% price increase this year. Inflation and supply chain disruptions are compounding the problem. Industry experts warn that honey prices could rise another 10-15% by the end of the year. As we move into the fall and winter months, some regions are already reporting local shortages due to high demand and dwindling supply. If you want honey for long-term storage, brands like Nature Nate's or Local Raw Honey are great choices, but you'll need to act fast before prices spike further or availability becomes a real issue. Number 3. Rice. Rice is often underestimated when it comes to stockpiling, but trust me, you'll wish you had more of it come October. Rice is a versatile, calorie-dense staple that can last for years when stored properly. Whether you're using it as a base for meals, in soups, or stews, it's an essential component of any survival plan. However, the global rice market is under significant pressure. In 2023, India, which produces over 40% of the world's rice, implemented export restrictions due to domestic supply concerns. As a result, global rice prices shot up by 20%, according to the Food and Agriculture Organization. The situation has not improved in 2024. Ongoing weather disruptions, such as floods and droughts across Asia, have caused rice prices to rise another 15%. Analysts predict another 10% increase by the end of the year, especially as we approach the colder months when global food supply chains tighten. There's already been a 6% price hike in the first half of 2024, and this trend shows no signs of slowing. Stockpiling rice now, especially long-grain white rice from brands like Lundberg, is a smart move. Rice has a long shelf life and will be a lifesaver when fresh foods become scarce. If you wait too long, you may find yourself paying inflated prices or staring at empty shelves. Act now to avoid regretting this missed opportunity. Number 2. Salt. Salt may not be the first item that comes to mind when you think about stockpiling, but it's crucial. Salt isn't just a seasoning. It's essential for food preservation, flavoring, and even hydration in survival situations. You can use it to cure meat, preserve vegetables, or make brines, and it's vital for maintaining electrolyte balance, especially in high-stress situations where dehydration is a risk. Although salt prices have remained relatively stable, global trade disruptions could lead to shortages quickly. The U.S. imports a significant portion of its salt, and with rising geopolitical tensions, supply lines from countries like Mexico and Canada could easily be disrupted. In 2023, certain salt products saw a 10% price increase due to higher transportation costs and extreme weather disruptions. If these trends continue, salt prices could rise again in 2024, with availability becoming an issue, particularly for specialty salts like sea salt or Himalayan pink salt. Salt lasts indefinitely when stored properly, making it one of the easiest items to stockpile. If you don't ensure you have plenty of it before October, you might find yourself facing high prices or shortages later. Stock up now, because when it's gone, it's gone. Number 1. Oats. Oats are another survival food you'll regret not stockpiling if you don't act soon. They're incredibly versatile. Whether you're making oatmeal, grinding them into flour, or using them in baked goods, oats are a powerhouse of nutrition. Rich in fiber, they help you feel full for longer and have a long shelf life when stored properly. But here's the catch. Oat prices have been steadily rising. Between 2021 and 2023, oat prices jumped by over 15%, largely due to poor harvests caused by extreme weather events in key growing regions like the US and Canada. In 2024, oat production is expected to decrease by another 8–10%, according to the USDA. Droughts and unpredictable weather have significantly impacted the oat harvest, leading to price increases that are expected to continue. If you wait until October, you could be paying 10 to 15% more for oats than you would if you buy now. Brands like Quaker Oats or Bob's Red Mill offer long-lasting, high-quality oats that are perfect for storage. Oats aren't just for breakfast, they can be a critical ingredient in survival foods. Without them, your meal options will be severely limited. Stock up now, or you'll regret it when prices skyrocket and the shelves are empty. That is all for today, guys. Please make sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel for more content.